Hey, welcome back, comic book community. This is your friendly neighborhood comic book nerd, Travis Grant. And I went to St. Louis, and I came back with a whole box of comics to look at. Stay tuned, and let's take a look at them. Alright, so we're taking a look inside the store, and all these are the dollar boxes that I'm showing you. Just wall-to-wall dollar boxes. You can spend hours in this place just digging through boxes. Everything's super random in these boxes. There's even boxes on the floor, as you can see. But I'm usually digging on the boxes that are on top of the shelves. There's also a bunch of selection of toys to look at, and if that's your thing. But I'm usually here just looking at all the comic books. Here, pretty soon I'm going to start digging just random stuff, just to give you a kind of idea of some stuff that might be in here. It's all random. You don't know what you're going to get until you start digging through them. It's always fun going here. It's probably my favorite shop to go to, because you never know what you'll find. It's like digging for gold. That's why it's so fun. Therapeutic too, I guess. You really don't know what you'll find when you start digging into these things. There at the end, he had some bags and boards. I also bought some of those when I was there. We're gonna take another look at some more comics, just random comics in here. Weapon X, Batman New 52 right there, some Iron Man, Wolverine, Fantastic Four, Cable, just random stuff. X-Men, X-Force, Superman, Punisher, Iron Man again, Thor, Superman, Nam. You never know what you'll find in these boxes. Action Comics. It's a cool Spider-Man bike. There's some $5 price books. Back in this section was the 50-cent books, 2 for $1. And there's a bunch of Star Wars toys back here. So at STL Comics in St. Charles, Missouri, they have a 50-cent bin section up there, and these are some of the comics I got out of the 50-cent bin. I believe this is a Concrete #1. I don't know what year it is. I think it's like 87, 80 something. But I don't think this is the first Concrete. I think it's like the first in a mini-series or something. I grabbed Bloodshot #1, because why not? For 50 cents. I got some West Coast Avengers. I've been trying to put some West Coast Avengers set together. And for 50 cents, why not? This is a cool Doom cover. West Coast Avengers 35. This is a 34. West Coast Avengers 30. West Coast Avengers 32. This is pretty neat. It looks like they're like fighting a giant guy and they're climbing up his hair and stuff. This is West Coast Avengers 19. It's pretty cool. It's like they're all getting sucked into a whirlpool or something. There's West Coast Avengers 26, West Coast 44, West Coast 39. This looks pretty cool, man. They're about to fight this dude. Vision's like, oh crap. West Coast Avengers #13 and West Coast Avengers 47. This looks pretty cool because it looks like it's like shades.
This is a Rob Liefeld Evangeline. I heard this. Maybe it's not this comic book, but I think it got hot for a little bit, and I just saw it for 50 cents, so I picked it up. Also, this is Rob Liefeld. This is Youngbloods, but this is a second print. I'm pretty sure there's a billion of them out there, but I don't own a second print of this, so for 50 cents, and it's a flip book, you know. All Youngbloods are. They're kind of like that, and then you got the other side of it. That's a flip book. There's a billion of them out there, but I don't own this second print of it. This one kind of caught my eye. Is it Big Mouth? Is it kind of like that Netflix show Big Mouth? This is issue number 6. It's just a weird looking cover. You know, he had the body and his brains and stuff. It's a black and white comic, but it's definitely kind of interesting. Giant Size Ecstatic. It's number 1. I don't know if this is the one, the first issue, or is this just like a giant size of the thing. It's kind of beat up though. It has like something going on right there, and but I don't know if it's made to be like. Nah, I think it's really just that beat up. It's just beat up, man. But you know, is what it is. It doesn't look pretty inside. The artwork's whatever. You know, it's weird looking, but dude's throwing up. I got this, the ferret, because look at it, man. It's the comic book is shaped like the guy's face, and even the pages are all shaped like that. So, and this is I think it's a Malibu comic. This is Next Men, John Byrne. Next Men is it's a Dark Horse. It says it's number 1. But this probably isn't really number 1. I think this is just like a reprint of it, maybe. I'm not for sure what I'm doing with this. I don't know if it's a number 1 or not. I don't think it is. I mean, it's a number 1, but I think it's this might be like a reprint or something. It says 92, but was it printed in 92? I don't know anything about it. I picked it up. Of course, you know, if I see X-Force for, I already own a couple of issues of X-Force, but I'm just going to add another X-Force issue to the pile. Man, I love X-Force. This is a great comic. Man, ElfQuest number 1 for 50 cents. Yeah, sign me up. It's a solid copy of it. Ren and Stimpy number 25, man. And this cover for 50, all these comics I bought 50 cents a piece. It had like a rip, and it's pretty cool, man. And you know, Ren and Stimpy fashion, you know, he's tearing up the thing, and he's like, "What's going on, you idiot?" You know, Ren and Stimpy. I was surprised I found this in a dollar bin. I mean, not dollar bin, 50 cents bin. It's a Batman 350. You know, it has a couple spine ticks right there, but for Batman 350, man, that's pretty cool. This one's a New Mutants number 1 for 50 cents, but this sucker is beat all the heck, man. You can tell the covers has a hole. There's holes right here. It's actually falling apart. Let's just say I got a New Mutants number 1 reader copy, but you know it is still New Mutants number 1. So if you were looking for New Mutants number 1, 50 cents, maybe I paid too much for this. I don't know. Let me know. Red Sonja number 1. I think this is Red Sonja 1 of a 4-part miniseries, but still, you know, if I'd find other parts for 50 cents, I'd buy it. Married with Children, number 1. Me and the missus, we like watching Al Bundy thinking about all the money and stuff he could win. Me and the missus, we watch reruns of Married with Children sometimes when it comes on TV. X Factor number 2. When I was collecting X Factor, I could not find a number 2 worth nothing, man. I had to pay good on eBay and buy a X Factor number 2. And when I saw this for 50 cents, it was a no-brainer to grab this one. Man, Daredevil 197 for 50 cents. I mean, sure, it's kind of beat up in the corner, but I feel like this is the first appearance of this girl. What is her name? Oh, goodness. I can't think of her name right now. Is it Lady Deathstrike? Somebody probably will tell me in the comments who it is. A Daredevil 193 for 50 cents. Let's see if we can find a cool Daredevil page action. Boy, he does have an axe in this. Look, he's clunk. He's gonna use the axe to get in. I found this Ninth Man. Is it the Ninth Man? Nth Man. Ninth Man. He's the ultimate ninja, and the dude's spinning a katana around, shooting an AK. I forget where I was. I was watching another YouTube, and they were talking about this, and I think this guy, maybe he said he would be a good Punisher villain or something, or he was a Punisher villain or something, or he teamed up with a Punisher at one point or something. I don't know, but I found a little mini run of it in the 50-cent bin. 1, 2, I know there's a 3. 3, there's 4, and there's a number 5. Man, Duckman. That takes me back to the 90s. I remember there used to be a cartoon of Duckman on like TBS or TNN or something way back and they would show a cartoon of him, and I remember he had a little side kick that was his detective buddy that was a pig, and they would go around solving silly crude crimes and stuff. Man, it's taking me back. This is pretty cool. I'm glad I found this. This is awesome. I also found a darker image. I believe this is the first appearance of the Max and a few others in the image. I got a Death Blow card. All right. Lady Robotica. I picked this up because it was 50 cents, and I thought the cover looked pretty crazy. You got an alien dude and some crazy chick, and some crazy person with a whip down here. I don't know what's going on in this comic, but man, it's crazy to me. Lady Robotica, what's going on, man? This is crazy stuff. I got a Bongo Simpson comic for $1, and this was number 5 of the Simpsons. And this looks pretty cool because look, it's kind of like X Force 1. It's the cover opens up. I thought that was pretty rad. Another X-Men classic, a number 50 to add to the X-Men classic run that I'm building. Man, don't sleep on these X-Men classics. They're a cheap way to get into X-Men, and you don't have to buy the real Uncanny X-Men to get into it. I got a Max number 2. Every time I see a good cover, man, for 50 cents, I already have this cover. I already have this. I got like Max 1, 2, and probably till 10 probably that I was collecting. But man, when I find something cool like this, I just want to pick another one up, man. Look at that. That is cool spool right there, man. That's some cool stuff. Sam Keith. And then I found a Max number 1. Dude, for 50 cents, and it's in really pretty good, decent condition. It's a no-brainer. Let me pull out the rest of the stuff out of the comic book box, and I'll get back with you. So all the comics in this stack came from the dollar bins, and they have a crazy amount of dollar bins section. They're long boxes and STL comics, and I don't actually own this, and I picked it up because I was like, man, what kind of comic collector wouldn't have a Deadpool number 1 circle chase and I believe it's a mini series 1 through 4. But now I have the first issue. Guess I can look at the second ones. I found a Nice House on a Lake #2. That puts me just one more issue away from finishing this whole thing. I ran into a bunch of Spider-Gwen. This is a Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider #4. Here's some Ren and Stimpy. I've been collecting Ren and Stimpy whenever I find them. I never find them, and I found a few. I found a number 16, 20, 26, a Ghost Rider, a Cosmic Ghost Rider. I picked that up. I was like, man, that's cool. Here's a Spider-Gwen number 8. It kind of, Spider-Gwen No More, kind of reminds me of ASM 50 where he puts his suit in a dumpster. It's kind of pretty cool. It's a pretty cool cover. Here's a radio, and that's radioactive. I think this other Spider-Gwen wasn't radioactive. It was Aftermath, Spider Gideon. It's a radioactive Spider-Gwen 8, radioactive Spider-Gwen 6, radioactive 5, radioactive 2, radioactive 4. That's a neat cover of, I guess it's the Green Goblin she's fighting. A radioactive 3. It looks like, what's her name? Spider-Woman's pregnant back here. A Spider-Gwen. This is the first series. I found a 3, a 4, and a 5. Just missing a 2 and a 1, and that can be the complete first series. Fantastic Four. I always see this cover every once in a while, and I'm thinking, man, that's such a neat cover. And She-Hulk's like either she's trying to escape it or she's getting taken over by it. I don't know. It's pretty neat. It's Hitler's on the cover, and we gotta stop him. I think they're talking about Nick Fury's is about to go in and kill Hitler. And I guess they're in a time warp or time machine or something. Neat story, I bet. Daredevil 191. I didn't have this issue, but for $1, heck yeah. I found a Punisher War Journal #1 for $1. Heck yeah, all day, man. I'm kind of low-key picking up these Batman Rebirths and making a Batman run. But when I find them cheap, I'll pick them up. I got 11 and 12. I like this Fantastic Four. I don't have this one. This is a number 400, but it has like the circle kind of Lin. It kind of looks like a Lin shutter, and how the book rotates around, and it's cool. It's that foil magic. I found a Mr. T in a T-Force #1. Such a random comic book to find. You knew I was grabbing that, dude. Infinity War #1. I needed this in my X-Men collection, a 210. I grabbed this. I don't really collect Batman Detectives, but it has a really cool foil red cover on it. And I just was like, for $1, I'm going to throw that in the box. This was cool. Man, it's a Man Thing. I got a couple of Man Things. It looks like it has a stamp from October 29th, 1979. I just noticed that on the book. But I have a couple of Man Things, and I don't have this one, so this one will fit into my collection. Here's another Ren and Stimpy. I found a Ren and Stimpy number 13. That's Daredevil 236. I only picked this up because of the Marvel banner. Azel, book 1, Batman, Sword of Azel. I think this one was a hot book back in the day. I never even seen this before, but it looks like a pretty thick little comic book, and it's the Punisher, No Escape, and it looks. I like the Punisher, so why not? It looks like a kind of a one-shotish kind of comic, you know. The Demon #1. Ooh, I picked this up because it looked really cool. It's like a lenticular cover, man, and it just like it looks scary with the blue background and the Court of Owls, and it just looked cool, man. I actually found a Batman 432, and I dig that one. That goes in my Batman collection. Speaking of Spider-Gwen, another Spider-Gwen comic. This is a giant-size Spider-Gwen 1. I found a Man of Steel #19, an issue I didn't have. And I believe this is a Superman 1 from like the current series that's going on now, I think. Because I don't really recognize it. I also found a new 52 issue #1 of Superman for $1. I needed this in my Daredevil run. This part #3. That finally completes that. I couldn't believe I found Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, in the $1 box. Issue. This is the first Rose. I mean, it's kind of beat up a little bit. You know, it has some spine ticks, but for $1, I buy Spider-Man for $1 all day. 267. I didn't have this. I don't have this in my Spider-Man run. This is just a cool cover. I actually got this. It connects with another cover of I think it's Web of Spider-Man. Let me see here. Web of Spider-Man #6. It goes in the joining cover with this. Here's a Amazing Spider-Man 270. He's beating up a Firelord. Here's a Gang War Part 1, 284. And here's a 272, the first slide. I've been looking for this, and it's funny when I'm looking for issues. This Spider-Gwen Smash #4. It's the only Spider-Gwen Smash I was missing. I couldn't believe this was in the the dollar bin. The cover price on this is like $7-8, and it was just in a dollar bin. The same with this dang Spider-Gwen. It's like $7. It's $1. I can't believe it. Here's the ElfQuest #2. I picked this up because I found the ElfQuest #1 in the 50-cent bin. I found this also. It's the first Wonder Man, I believe, and the first solo saga of Wonders. First cover deal. It says first solo comic. There's another Rebirth 14. I have the silver issue. I think it's the gold issue of this, but I never had the white issue, the first printing. I got the second printing. Here's another Batman of 452. I found a little run of Superman. It's Superman #5. I think this is from the 80s Superman run. Here's the Superman #7. Here's the Superman #3. Here's an X-Men 211. I already have this issue, but I don't have an issue to put in my border collection, and it's kind of beat up, you can tell. But for $1, I'm gonna add it to it. It looks like light ink rubbing. It said on it. I don't even know why somebody would do that. Here's a Punisher issue of Punisher 37. I actually needed this in my Punisher run. Oh, here's a Mighty Thor. I'm gonna throw in my 25th anniversary run. I found a Wonder Woman number 1 for $2.52. I found a Judge Dredd 1, but this isn't a Judge Dredd 1. This looks like it's a part of a 5-issue series. So it's not the first Judge Dredd. It's just like a mini series. I'm not sure if this is like what do you call those freaking things? Ash can. I don't think this is an ash can of this, but it might be. Ren and Stimpy ash can, I'm thinking, but I don't know because it's a wizard. So I don't know. It's a weird comic for $1. It's probably not worth picking up, but I'm gonna put it in my Ren and Stimpy collection. I don't have a, and I'm never gonna own a Tales of Suspense 39 First Iron Man, but for $1 I can own the reprint of it. So hey, I thought that was pretty cool. Dude, I found a Howard the Duck number 19. Just the things I found in the dollar bin just blew me away at St. Louis Comics. And these two are going into the Batman New 52 collection. I had the I think it's the Penguin issue, but there for a while it has 23.1, 23.2. I think there's a 23.3 and a 23.4, but some of them have the lenticular covers, and some of them have just the regular covers. But I'm gonna try to collect all the lenticular. Look, Batman's in the background and everything. It's cool as crap, man. These lenticular covers are just the bee's knees. I tell you. Even Batman's back here too. All right, man. That was my comic book haul from STL Comics in St. Louis. And I enjoyed myself that day picking all these cool, awesome books to add to my collection. I'm tickled pink with the value of I got. And every one of them was really freaking awesome. It's something that I've been looking to add to the collection, and stuff that I like, stuff that I would have bought regardless, but for $1 it was a no-brainer. Well, I probably wouldn't have bought this one, but when you're hunting in that place, you just can't. You're just like, it's only $1. You tell yourself, well, it's only $1, but heck, you know, by the time you keep on saying, oh, it's only $1, you end up with a stack of comics like this. And walk out, and you end up walking out with a short box, you know? Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and love you. Bye.